Since you guys are looking for patterns for your next market, I assume that you're also going to be doing markets in the future, and I definitely recommend before you do any markets, check out my last video. I think it was 2 videos ago where I gave you 12 market tips, where I talked about how to find market. And also just check out online, check out Pinterest, because they give you a lot of ideas for market setups. Like for example, if you're doing a big outdoor market, you want to make sure that people are coming into the booth. That's one thing that I had to learn, was that you can't put tables that are like blocking the sides, because most people won't come into the booth. But there are a lot of different setups that you guys can do to make your booth stand out, and you want to make sure that you draw people into your booth. You also want to make sure that your packaging is on point, because packaging, the way that it's packaged, is a huge part of it. So instead of giving them a plastic bag, which a lot of people will probably just throw away or not even use, you might want to give them something similar to a box, which is what I choose to use. I choose to use boxes for everything. It is a little bit extra, but at the end of the day, when people get their boxes and people say, oh, that's so cute, other people also want to buy it because they want to also get a box. So if you're just buying regular bags and boxes that are unlabeled off of Amazon, any of these paper places that sell bulk bags and boxes and things like that for small businesses, you might want to add something onto your box that shows your business, like a QR code or something where they can reach you afterwards, because I've had people reach out to me after a market and ask for something custom, or try to reach out to me about my websites. So you definitely want to do that. So really quick, I'm going to insert the clip from last week's video about how to do that with a thermal printer. Hello everyone, just popping in to show you guys some new ideas for packaging for your next market. So if you're like me, you love to have amazing packaging and cute little mementos from the shopping trip. So I have these pickle pouches here that don't have any logos on them from my brand, and I also have these rainbow bags that I like to use for stationery. So I'm just scrolling through the thousands of templates that Munbin has available for us to choose from, but I didn't really see any that had like a big space at the bottom for QR codes. So I just decided to stick with the plain 2x2 template, and I just typed in 2 little lines at the top. The one that says thank you so much is bigger than the one at the bottom that says watch my business grow. And as you guys just saw there, I'm gonna go ahead and implement a QR code that will lead to a bunch of links. I did do a QR code for my last video, but that was only for one website. But this link right here leads to a link tree with my YouTube page, my Instagram page, and also my small business website. And as you guys can see, the QR code is automatically built in. It's completely free. You don't have to go to a third-party website and pay a bunch of money. It's already built into the app for you to use. And as you guys can see, this is the little logo that I went with, and I'm just going to print that off on my 2x2 inch rainbow themed stickers. That's why I kind of wanted something that was simple, because I knew that my stickers were already decorated with the color. And this is how I'm going to use them on the back of the pickle pouch, just in case I want to take a picture of the front with the cute little pickle logo. I don't want to cover that up. And then also for my rainbow bags that I use for stationery, just to make sure that things stay nice and dry and clean, just in case they're ordering like a notepad or something. I don't want that to get dirty, so I separate that in a different bag. I'm just going to use that as more of a sealing sticker, that way it stays nice and closed. And if you're like me and you like to put everything inside of one big bag that's easier for them to hold, you can still use these small stickers to seal the bag closed. All you have to do is just put the thank you or whatever message you have at the top on one side, and then just make sure that the QR code is flat on the other, and that's how you can use that to seal your bags. Thank you so much, Munbin, for sending this printer. If you guys want more details, the link will be down below. I hope that you guys found these useful. Now let's get into filling your booth with these patterns that I have here. You might want to go on Instagram and look for some free patterns. So let's get into those free patterns now. Oftentimes when I do videos, I get a lot of people in the comments asking where I get my patterns from, where is such and such pattern from. And today I just wanted to go through all of the free patterns that I use to market prep. Some of the free patterns that I choose to use are characters, and then some of the free items that I also choose to use are just small little items like these. So the first pattern that I have for you guys is this pom-pom parent pattern by Lovely Crochet. I have made this pattern like at least 8 or 9 times, and every time I make them they sell out. Next pattern that I have is this Ditto pattern, which is basically just a little Pokemon. It just takes the shape of anything that it wants to. Next pattern that I have is this mini otter pattern by Crochet by Janina. I've used her other pattern with the little, I think it's a little reindeer from her that I've used, and it only takes me about 15 minutes, and this looks like the same size. The next pattern that you guys want to use It's just a little tiny bee and it's pink and red. And of course I love pink and red all throughout the year, but if you don't really like pink and red, then you can just change out these colors, and it's a very tiny bee. You can just change the colors out to brown and yellow, black and yellow. The next pattern that I have is this cute little peas in a pod pattern, but this pattern is super cute. I'm excited to start making these. The next pattern that I have is this Kuromi pattern, and a lot of people love the Hello Kitty patterns. There's plenty of free Hello Kitty patterns all over the internet. All that you have to do is just look these up. There's plenty of free patterns like on Pinterest, and then people have their own personal websites. Free pom pom print pattern, we have a free Kuromi pattern, and then there's free Hello Kitty patterns and cinnamon roll patterns out there. And then of course when you have a cinnamon roll pattern, you can just make it brown and turn it into mocha. So there's plenty of free patterns out there. You just have to know where to look. The next pattern that I have is this pattern here. It's just basically a little noodle, and it's a free crochet pattern by Curled Up Chameleon on Instagram, and it's super cute. It has the little legs on there. It kind of looks like a jelly cat with the little legs, but of course if you don't want to put the legs, then you don't have to. The next pattern is this No So Baby Dolphin by Channels Crochet, and it's super cute. It's very small. It looks similar to those little fish and whales that I made in the last video. Next pattern that I have is by Amigurumiku on Instagram, and it's a free pattern, and it's a low sew option and a no sew option. So if you're somebody that loves to color change, I'm not, you can do the no sew option, but if you're someone that likes to sew like me, or you don't mind sewing, then you can just do the low sew option. With the face is by crochet_crochet on Instagram, and crochet has a lot of patterns. Like if you guys go to her page, I'm not even going to say which one specifically, like she has a turtle pattern. She has so many free patterns on her page. So if you guys take one thing from this video, please go to crochet_crochet's Instagram and just scroll through her page. The next pattern that I have is for the people that don't really like crocheted animals anymore. I have this free pattern, which is basically a crocheted flower bouquet by Gumi Yarn, and it's basically just a huge bouquet, but of course you can make it smaller by decreasing the yarn. The next pattern that I have is a mini moo pattern, which is basically just a cute little cow. It kind of looks like a Squishmallow body for people that are not wanting to make legs and arms and do all this stuff for the cows. The next pattern that I have is a free stitch pattern from Lilo and Stitch, and it's by Studio Gurumi on Instagram in Spanish. So if you speak Spanish, then this is good for you, but if you don't speak Spanish, then it's fine, because you can pretty much tell what it's supposed to be if you have some crochet knowledge. The next pattern that I have is a free pattern by Catnit on Instagram, and this is another character. If you guys want to have characters at your booth, I know a lot of people like to see Pokemon characters, Sanrio characters, SpongeBob characters, all types of characters at the booth. So if you guys want some characters, here's another one. And then they also have on Instagram Slay Crochet by T has a free Perry the Platypus pattern. This one is not no sew or low sew. You have to sew everything together as usual for most characters, but if you guys want to have characters at your booth, you're probably going to have to do some sewing, unless you want to just use bubble stitches for the arms and legs. Another character could be this Sleepy Sloth pattern by Crochet by Angela on Instagram. If you guys want to do a tiny version of a Hello Kitty that's a lot smaller, there are some pieces that are sewn, but it looks very low sew from what I'm seeing, like just the head, the bow, and the little like face details. Another character is a baby Poro. If you guys want to make some of these, this is by this person on Instagram. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but it is on their Instagram if you guys want to see that. It's super cute. The next pattern that I have for you guys is a Shrek pattern. It's very, very small. I am going to make some of these when I get my lime green yarn in, because I have all the colors so far. We also have a Piglet pattern by V Santika Plushies on Instagram. We have an opossum free pattern on Instagram by Wicked Stitches Crochet. So those are all of the patterns that I have to share with you guys. If you guys are looking for more market inspiration, I definitely recommend going on Pinterest. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know that it's a bit different from the videos that I usually do, but I have noticed that people in the comments ask about where I get my free patterns from. I was thinking about making like a Pinterest board with a bunch of free patterns just to link in the description, but of course it's going to take a little while. So if you guys are interested in me doing like a compilation of free patterns like on Pinterest or on Instagram or like something like that, just let me know and I will try to get that working for you guys. I'll be uploading a new video Friday about behind the scenes market prepping and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in that type of content, please be sure to subscribe. Also follow my Instagram here at Introvert Crossing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.